Do you want to change your life and discover ancient secrets that no one has ever shared with you? Get ready! In this video, we'll reveal the 10 secrets of Stoicism that can completely change the way you think, act, and handle life's challenges. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of this wisdom that can really shift your path. And don't forget to like the video if you value true inner strength. Let's embark on this journey of self-discovery and calmness together. And comment today: I am already better than yesterday. Secret 1. No one is coming to save you, and that's liberating. Have you ever caught yourself waiting for someone to come and fix your life? A boss to recognize you. A partner to complete you. A friend or family member to finally understand your pain. That quiet hope that someone will come to rescue you is actually a trap. The Stoics saw through this illusion long ago. No one is coming to save you. And that's not a curse, it's the beginning of your freedom. We live in a culture that encourages blame. When something goes wrong, we blame the system, our parents, our partners, the economy. We wait for validation, understanding, rescue. But every time you expect your peace to come from outside, you make yourself a prisoner. That's why so many people feel anxious and stuck, always waiting for the right time or the right person. The hard truth? That moment may never come. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you can actually start living. Epictetus said it plainly: as long as you rely on anything outside your control for happiness, you are a slave. The Stoics believed real freedom begins when you take full responsibility for your own life. That doesn't mean isolating yourself or becoming cold. It means realizing that no one else is responsible for your peace, your progress, or your strength. Waiting to be saved is the opposite of living with virtue. And to the Stoics, virtue is the only true good. One powerful Stoic practice is the dichotomy of control: divide what's in your power from what's not. Waiting for someone else to act is giving your power away. But asking, "What can I do with what I have right now?" puts you back in charge. That shift changes everything. Not control over others, control over yourself. And that's what really matters. Imagine someone who's broke, emotionally drained, and abandoned by those they trusted. They keep waiting for help. Until they read a quote from Marcus Aurelius: "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. So they stop waiting. Start small. Cut expenses, look for work, study at night. A year later, life is still hard, but they're strong. They've taken their life back. That's Stoicism in action. Here's the truth: you are responsible for your own life. Not your past. Not the people around you. Not fate. This isn't a burden, it's a key. The key to your own freedom. If this resonates with you, comment, "I take control." Because full responsibility is the price of full freedom. Secret 2. You're going to die, and you need to accept that now. You're going to die. Maybe not tomorrow. But someday. Pretending otherwise makes you weaker. Most people live as if they have an endless supply of days. The Stoics, on the other hand, faced death daily, not with fear, but with clarity. They knew something we try to ignore: you can only truly live once you accept that you will die. Avoiding death makes us postpone everything that truly matters. We delay important conversations, decisions, dreams. We waste time on trivial things: gossip, status, appearances. We chase goals with no soul behind them. Why? Because we think we have time. But we don't. At any moment, it could all end. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself often: think of death as walking beside you. It can reach you at any moment. This wasn't dark, it was freeing. It helped him focus on what matters. This practice was known as memento mori, remembering death. And far from being morbid, it made the Stoics treasure every moment like a rare gift. Try this: start your day by asking, "If today were my last day, would I live it like this?" That question changes everything. It makes you eliminate what's shallow. It pushes you to say what needs to be said, forgive what needs to be forgiven, build what needs to be built. Living with death in mind helps you live with intention. Think about someone who survives a serious accident or gets a life-threatening diagnosis. Their outlook changes instantly. Opinions no longer matter. They choose meaning. But why wait for tragedy to wake up? The Stoics practiced waking up daily, no crisis required. You're going to die. That's not a tragedy, it's your greatest ally. Accepting it doesn't mean giving up. It means showing up fully. Comment, I remember death. Because when you accept your end, you finally begin to live. Secret 3, your opinion doesn't change reality. You might believe the world is unfair. That something shouldn't be this way. But your opinion doesn't change what is. The Stoics knew this. The universe doesn't owe you an explanation. Reality simply is. We suffer not because of events, but because of how we interpret them. Expecting life to match your expectations is a guaranteed path to frustration. We're surrounded by people expressing opinions about everything and assuming their view makes something true. But when things don't go our way, we react with anger, disappointment, or blame. That reaction is based on an illusion, the idea that our emotions can alter facts. They can't. The pain comes from resisting what is. Epictetus taught, it's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. If someone speaks poorly of you, it's not a problem unless it's true. If it is, fix it. That's the Stoic mindset. Stop arguing with reality, and instead, adjust your response to it. The world is neutral. Your mind gives it meaning. A simple practice, question your interpretations. Instead of saying this is unfair, ask, is this a fact, or just my unmet expectation? That shift gives you power. Not over events, but over yourself. And that's where your freedom begins. Imagine two people lose their jobs. One keeps saying, this is wrong. I didn't deserve this. And stays stuck. The other says, I can't control what happened, but I can choose what to do next. One sinks into bitterness. The other moves forward. Same event, different mindset. That's the Stoic difference. Reality doesn't bend to your feelings. But your feelings can bend to reality. Comment, I release what I can't control. Because inner peace comes not from control, but from clarity. Secret 4, feeling something doesn't make it right. You're angry. Or afraid. Or hurt. That's okay. Emotions are natural. But that doesn't mean you're right. And it definitely doesn't excuse poor behavior. The Stoics saw emotions like storms, intense, temporary, and dangerous if you let go of the wheel. Feeling is human. Being ruled by feelings is not. You're still responsible for your actions, even when you're emotional. Modern culture often treats emotions like excuses. I yelled because I was stressed. I cheated because I felt unloved. I quit because I was anxious. But when your emotions justify everything, you lose control of your life. You become a puppet pulled by moods. And that's not freedom, that's chaos. Seneca said, anger is a kind of temporary madness. The Stoics didn't deny emotions, they studied them. They didn't try to feel nothing, they aimed to feel correctly. You can't control what emotions arise. But you can control what you do with them. That's the essence of character. A useful Stoic tool, the deliberate pause. When you feel something intense, stop. Breathe. Name the feeling. Ask yourself, will this action reflect the person I want to be? That brief pause can save you years of regret. It's not weakness, it's mastery. Picture a father who's exhausted. His child keeps crying. He wants to yell. But he remembers Epictetus, no man is free who is not master of himself. So he pauses. Speaks calmly. He doesn't pretend he isn't angry, he chooses not to be ruled by it. That's Stoicism in real life. You are not your emotions. You are what you choose to do with them. Comment, I am greater than my emotions. Because emotional strength starts with one decision, to lead yourself. Secret 5. You suffer more in your mind than in reality. Most of our pain isn't real, it's imagined. Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And he was right. Your mind creates painful scenarios that may never happen. We imagine failure, rejection, embarrassment, and we suffer for it before anything even occurs. We carry emotional burdens that aren't even real. Modern life is filled with mental noise. We overthink. We anticipate the worst. And it paralyzes us. How many times have you avoided something because of fear? How many nights have you lost to what-ifs? That kind of suffering is useless, and worse, it robs you of the present moment. The Stoics knew that pain only belongs to the present moment. They believed that fear of the future and regret of the past are illusions. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are suffering from something external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your judgment of it, and that you can erase." A powerful Stoic technique is premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of misfortune. Instead of avoiding negative outcomes, imagine them clearly. Ask, what's the worst that could happen? If it happens, can I survive it? This isn't pessimism. It's mental training. What you've already faced in your mind can no longer paralyze you. Imagine someone afraid of giving a speech. They think, what if I mess up? What if they laugh at me? But then they pause and imagine the worst. They stutter. Someone laughs. And nothing happens. They continue. They breathe. They improve. The imagined fear loses its grip. That's Stoicism in motion. Most of what you fear will never happen. And if it does, you're stronger than you think. Comment, I choose to face reality, not imagination. Because living in the present is the only way to truly live. Secret 6. No one owes you anything. Do you believe the world owes you respect? That people should recognize your efforts? That life should be fair? The Stoics would say this kind of thinking is where suffering begins. Here's the hard truth, no one owes you anything. Not love. Not praise. Not justice. And the sooner you accept this, the freer you'll become. Most of our frustration comes from unspoken expectations. We expect others to behave a certain way. We expect gratitude. We expect fairness. And when people fall short, we feel hurt or angry. But the issue isn't their behavior, it's our expectations of them. Expecting the world to follow your rules is a recipe for disappointment. Epictetus taught that we must love things as they are, not as we wish them to be. He said, when someone does wrong, it's because that's their nature, you expected them to be different. Expecting others to change while refusing to adjust your expectations is not wisdom, it's delusion. A practical Stoic tool, lower your expectations deliberately. That doesn't mean expecting the worst. It means not depending on others to validate your actions. Do good because it's the right thing to do, not because you want something back. That's freedom. That's character. Think of someone who helps a friend during a crisis. The friend recovers and disappears without a thank you. It hurts until the person realizes, I helped because it was right, not for a reward. Letting go of expectations restores peace. It builds maturity. It makes you self-sufficient. No one owes you anything, and that's a good thing. Because it frees you to act without needing approval. Comment, I release expectations. That's where emotional freedom begins. Secret 7. Pain is unavoidable and necessary for growth. Everyone wants to grow, few want to suffer. But the Stoics knew the truth, pain is the price of progress. It's the fire that strengthens you, the tool that shapes your character. Pain isn't the enemy. Avoiding pain is. Today, we see pain as something to escape. We numb it with distractions, social media, comfort, entertainment. But pain is a teacher. Just like muscles grow from resistance, the soul grows through struggle. Skipping pain means skipping growth. Epictetus, who lived as a slave and walked with a limp from beatings, said, "What harms instructs?" The Stoics didn't glorify suffering, they understood it. You are not defined by what hurts you, but by how you respond to it. That response is everything. A powerful concept is active acceptance, not passive resignation. When pain arrives, face it head-on. Ask, what is this trying to teach me? That single question can transform suffering into strength. It's not easy, but it's powerful. Think of someone who goes through a painful breakup. Instead of avoiding the pain, they face it. They feel it, reflect on it, grow from it. Months later, they're wiser, more grounded. They didn't avoid the hurt, they became better because of it. That's stoicism in real life. Pain is guaranteed. But how you use it is up to you. Comment, I welcome pain as my teacher. Because growth doesn't come from comfort, it comes from courage. Secret 8. Most people are lost, following them is a trap. Look around. Most people are distracted, directionless, or chasing things that don't matter. The Stoics saw this clearly: if you follow the crowd, you'll end up lost. Because most people are. We live in a world driven by trends and comparisons. We copy what others chase: careers, fame, validation. We imitate their path without asking, is this even what I want? But when you follow the herd, you trade your values for theirs. And often, they don't even know where they're going. Seneca said, it's foolish to follow the masses into ruin just because many do it. Stoics believed in independent thought, thinking for yourself, not just reacting. That takes strength. That takes silence. Because you can't hear your own voice if you're always listening to others. One Stoic habit: mental solitude. Step away from the noise. Ask, what do I value? What am I chasing, and why? This self-reflection clears the fog. It helps you live with intention, not imitation. Picture someone who walks away from a high-paying job to pursue a simpler, more meaningful life. People call him crazy. But he finds peace. Not because it was easy, but because it was true to him. That's Stoic courage, living on your terms, not society's. The crowd is often confused. But you don't have to be. Comment, I don't follow the crowd, I follow reason. Because walking alone with clarity is better than getting lost with the masses. Secret 9. Discipline is freedom. Discipline sounds strict, harsh, limiting. But to the Stoics, discipline is the path to real freedom. Without it, you're a slave, not to others, but to your impulses. Today, we call freedom doing whatever we want. But is it really freedom if you can't stop scrolling, eating, or avoiding what matters? That's not freedom, that's addiction. True freedom is doing what's right, even when it's hard. That's discipline. Epictetus said, no man is free who is not master of himself. If you don't train your mind, life will train it for you, with pain, regret, and wasted time. Discipline isn't about being strict, it's about being strong enough to stay focused when it matters most. A Stoic practice: daily self-check-ins. Ask yourself, am I living as a leader of myself, or a servant to my comfort? Discipline starts with the small things: waking up on time, finishing what you start, keeping your word. These aren't habits, they're character builders. Think of an athlete who trains every day, even when it's hard. Some say he's stuck in a routine. But he knows that routine gives him strength, purpose, and freedom to perform at his best. The same applies to your mind, your habits, your life. Discipline doesn't trap you, it builds you. Comment, I choose discipline to build my freedom. Because without self-control, someone, or something, will always control you. Secret 10. Life is now, and you're wasting it. You say you'll change. You'll start next week. It's not the right time. But here's the truth, life doesn't wait. Time is passing, right now. And you're spending it like it's endless. The Stoics warned, most people waste life not because it's short, but because they think they have forever. Procrastination isn't just laziness, it's arrogance. It assumes there will always be more time. More chances. But Marcus Aurelius said, you act like you'll live forever. Yet your own death is already beside you. Life is happening. Not later, now. Seneca wrote, "It's not that we have too little time. It's that we waste so much of it." Most people only realize this when it's too late. But by then, time won't wait. It won't rewind. Every minute spent distracted is one you never get back. Try this Stoic exercise, end-of-day reflection. Before bed, ask, if today were my last, would I be proud of how I lived? If not, something needs to change. This practice isn't morbid, it's motivating. Because people who know time is limited, live with urgency. Think of someone who suddenly loses a loved one. Everything shifts. The arguments feel petty. The time wasted feels tragic. But why wait for a loss to start living? The Stoics didn't wait. They practiced living as if each day truly mattered. Life is now. Not after the degree. Not after the promotion. Now. Comment, I choose to live now with intention. Because waiting to live is the fastest way to waste your life. If this video gave you something to think about, take a second to support the channel. Click the like button, it really helps more people find this content. And if you want to keep learning and growing with us, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. There's more coming that you won't want to miss.